Do you want to know what a $600,000 house looks like in Phoenix, Arizona versus Seattle, Washington? Well, that's what we're going to find out in today's Bang for Your Buck battle. So let the battle begin. Hey, my name's Anthony, a former attorney turned real estate professional who helps people move and relocate throughout the country. And because of that, I'm known as the Relocation King. But enough about that. Let's just jump right into today's battle, showing you homes in Phoenix, Arizona versus Seattle, Washington. And we'll start with round one. What do they look like from the outside? What's the curb appeal? And this is actually a very close one. Let's start with our Phoenix house. And the house itself is looking great. You have that stacked stone around the bottom third of the entire interior. There's the pavers on the entire driveway and walkway to a definitely upgraded front door with the glass inserts, and even something as that upgrade with the shutters on that front window really makes this one pop. Where it's lacking a bit is in the landscaping. Now, the builder put in some minimal landscaping with that tree and a few small desert plants and the crushed rock. I mean, it'll definitely do to move in, but there's definitely room for improvement there. And when we get into the backyard in a bit, you'll see there's some big room for improvement there. Also, take a look at that huge garage door. You know what that means? That's an RV garage. So you can park your RV in there, and if you don't have an RV, then you've got a big garage to have a big work area in there. Even turn it into a man cave or a she shed area. It's a really cool feature. But now let's jump to our Seattle, Washington challenger. And for me personally, I really like the elevation of this home. Even though it's a townhouse, they've really done a great job. The wood slatting on the bottom floor, and I really like their color palette, that grayish ash look. And then they move up to what looks like a metal siding. And again, a great front door with the glass inserts. And I actually really like those big concrete planters in the front. It's got a really cool modern industrial vibe to it. And of course, it is Seattle, so you know that water is abundant, so that green but pretty low maintenance vegetation that they used really looks pretty cool. It just fits the house really well. The only drawback, especially if this more modern industrial feel is your style, is that the frontage windows are pretty small on the ground floor. Now they get bigger as you go up the house to the other floors, but just something to think about. Hey, I don't know about you, but choosing a winner on this one is pretty tough. They're both really good options, just different styles. The Phoenix house is great. There's not a lot that you can mark it down on, but that Seattle house is also pretty amazing in its own right. Now, I don't know. I'm gonna have to put this one down as a draw on my scorecard. So now that we've seen the outsides, let's go to round two, the tail of the tape on each house, and just run real quick through their stats. So our first challenger, our home in the jewel of the desert, Phoenix, Arizona, it comes in with the following stats. It is being offered for $609,995. It has 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. It comes in at 2,400 square feet. And while built in 2020, it is a brand new build. Nobody's ever lived in it. That brings in its per square foot price to $254 per square foot, which is actually lower than the Phoenix average of $281 per square foot. And for our second challenger, our Seattle, Washington home, which is actually a townhouse, it's being offered at $619,950. It has 2 beds, 2 baths, and it comes in at 1,030 square feet, so 1,030 square feet. But it has a really cool feature that may make that small square footage worth it, but we'll get to that a little bit later. It was built in 2022, and it's also a brand new build with nobody having lived in it. That brings in its per square foot price to a whopping $602 per square foot. And this one is actually above the Seattle area average of $581 per square foot. So just on paper, on the stats alone, I'm leaning toward that Phoenix house at 1/3 of the price per square foot and more than double the square feet. Sure looks like the winner to me, but the stats aren't everything. Let's jump to round 3, my favorite round, the kitchens. And in our Phoenix house, this is a great kitchen. Just what you'd expect in a $600,000 brand new house. It's got a ton of space, a ton of cabinets. There's that big island with the sink in the middle so you can wash dishes and watch TV at the same time, since it opens up to the rest of the living area with unobstructed views everywhere. Just a big grand view. Now look, I'm really also digging those color choices they use. I like that dark cabinetry with the light colored quartz countertops and nice tile backsplash. There's even a good sized walk-in pantry there, so you can put all your Fruit Loops and Cocoa Puffs back in there and have room to walk around. But even with that great modern hood above the stove, you do see that there are a couple of things missing. There's no refrigerator. Count on $3 to $5 grand for one to match. And I really wish they would have put some pendant lighting above the island, even with all of that recessed lighting already built in. But it's a fantastic kitchen. Now, jumping to the kitchen in our Seattle house, and this is an area where the home is definitely showing its 1,000-ish square feet. The kitchen, eating area, and living room could all pretty much fit just in the kitchen area of our Phoenix house. Now, that's not to say it's not a great looking kitchen. It's brand new. The cabinetry follows the modern feel. Everything's nice. It's functional. But come on, look at that refrigerator. I'm pretty sure my dorm fridge in college was bigger than that thing. So if you're someone who just uses the kitchen to make coffee and warm up leftovers while eating out 95% of the time, then yes, this by all means would work. But if you think it's going to be the heart of the home, where all the activity of the house goes on, well, I don't know. For this one, I'm going to have to give it overwhelmingly to our Phoenix house. But let's jump into round 4, the primary bedrooms and bathrooms and the rest of the interior. And looking at the primary bedroom in our Phoenix house, it's big. There's recessed lighting. It's wired for a ceiling fan or fixture in the middle of the room, but it's pretty basic. And the other thing is that it's carpeted. So if carpet isn't your thing, then you will need to have the floors done to your style. And jumping into the primary bathroom, it's really nice, clean, modern. You follow that same palette that they used in the kitchen with the dark cabinetry and light quartz counters. It has dual vanities. They even upgraded the lighting in there. It's pretty solid. But then you jump over to the shower area and you see they did some real upgrading here. The really nice big tile from floor to ceiling, the chevron tile on the floors, frameless glass door, the carryover to the drying area. They really did make this feature look nice and spend some time and money doing so. Then there's that big walk-in closet. Lots of room for sure. Kind of basic, but you've definitely got the room if you want to change things up if you want. As for the rest of the interior, it's really solid and clean. I mean, 8-foot doors throughout with the inserts, the dark hardware to give it a pop. There's a dedicated laundry room with the same cabinetry and a sink in there, which is a great touch. All around a great interior with what you would expect from a $600,000 new build. So let's jump over then to our Seattle house. And again, this is a brand new build as well. And you can see that it has the same contemporary look and feel to it. Those light colors with the contrasting finishes throughout. Now, the primary in this house is on the 3rd floor, and although a little small, which is what you'd expect in a 1,000 square footish home, it's very tastefully done. There's a lot of natural light coming in through both an oversized window, and if you keep the bedroom door open, you have another great view through that door that leads to one of the biggest bonuses of this house, which we'll get to in the next round. And with this size, you don't get a walk-in closet. It's a standard closet with sliding doors, but there is an ensuite that, again, although small, is very tastefully done. You have those frameless glass doors, a nice sized shower, tile from floor to ceiling, quartz countertops. Just a really well done primary bathroom. As for the rest of the interior, as we saw with the kitchen and the living area, It too is on its own floor, and it's a little small. Your other bedroom is located on the ground floor. Now, what's nice about that room is that it has a door leading to the garden area outside, and there's a bathroom adjacent that, although not as completely decked out as the primary, has a lot of great features, including a tub. But again, because of the smallish nature of the house, all the rooms are going to be a bit cozier than our other house, but all very tastefully done, modern looking. It is a great house. And for this one, between the two homes, it's a tough decision. Both are done very well inside. The finishings are great in both. The big deciding factor is really just a size issue. I don't know, this is a tough one as well. I'd love to see if you can help decide, because it's a toss-up for me. Go ahead and put your vote in the comments below and let me know what you think. And while you're at it, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any of these battles or any of the other videos that I put out showing you what it's like moving, relocating, and living to different areas around the country. But for this one, I'm gonna leave it a draw as well. So let's go to our final round. Round 5, the extras and intangibles. And for our Phoenix, Arizona home, I want to circle back to that RV garage. Now, look at that, with those huge tall ceilings, and you can see in there that they already have air conditioning unit and even its own entry to the outside. What do you think about framing off and drywalling and creating an amazing space for whatever it is you want to do in there? You want a workshop, you could go to town and fit just a full-fledged workshop right in that area. You want a man cave or a she shed? Bam, you got it. Heck, you want a little place to shoot free throws? I'm thinking you could do it in there. It's just a really cool space with a lot of possibilities. But there's also a drawback to the home, and that is because it's a new build. Your backyard, unlike the front where there's a little bit of landscaping, is completely bare. It's nothing but dirt and tumbleweeds. You have to start from the ground up and create your masterpiece back there. So that's a few to a bunch of extra bucks that you're going to have to throw into the mix. Now, jumping over to that big feature of our Seattle house that I told you to wait for, well, now is the time, because check this out. It is an amazing rooftop deck that is fully finished, and really it's actually pretty big. Those views are amazing. Look, I can just see adding some cool lighting up there, maybe a little bar or something, and having a party on the roof while you take in the gorgeous scenery. That, my friends, is cool. And with these extras for both homes being so cool, I'm again kind of like torn between which house wins this round. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to be a chicken, and I'm going to call this one a draw as well. They're both just really cool in different ways. So where are we at? Well, our curb appeal winner, it's a draw. Our tail of the tape, our stats winner, and it's Phoenix by a lot. The kitchen winner, Phoenix. Interior winner, it's a draw. And again, for the extras, because they're both so cool, it's a draw. And this one really was a close one on so many fronts, but Phoenix pulls it out by just a hair as today's bang for your buck battle champion. Congratulations, Phoenix. Can you see yourself living in one of these two challengers? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to hit that goofy picture of me that should be coming on screen to subscribe and see the next battle. I'm also putting up a couple of videos that I think you should also check out. And of course, if you're looking to relocate in the next 9 to 90 days anywhere in the country, make sure to get a hold of me and get a proven champ in your corner. All you need to do is just go to therelocationking.com. That's therelocationking.com, and let's talk. That's it for this video. I'll see you on the next one. The Relocation King out.